Hey, Bonafides and YouTube otherwise. It's me, Seaman Ted, and I'm back. I'm back with another video. And if you're in here, honey, you're good to go. What is popping? What is going on? What is popping? What is going on? Good night. Good morning. What's going on? Happy evening. I hope you all are having a wonderful day today and are here to join me for some good talk on what is now becoming one of my most, I'm not going to say favorite because, well, I guess I could say favorite show that's on right now, which is Black Mafia Family, otherwise known as BMF. That I can tell you what, it comes on Stars. There we go, because I'm streaming it. It comes on Stars on Sunday nights. Are y'all watching it? I hope you are. Again, I talked about it the other day because I didn't know if I was gonna really like it, but then I started getting into it. All right, it's about these two brothers right here, Big Meech in the white and his younger brother Southwest T on the right. Wait, Big Meech on the left and Southwest T on the right. From Detroit. They are the Flannery brothers who headed up a big time, notorious drug enterprise, almost coast to coast, definitely north to south, from Detroit to Atlanta to California for years, until finally getting caught up on some charges and stuff, and most people going to jail. And with the brother that's on the right, Terry, just getting out this year in May on a humble with the COVID. You know what I'm saying? And now we're looking at Big Meech coming out in the next 4 or 5 years. Y'all, I love this show. Okay. For one, okay. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you seen one drug come up story, you've seen them all until you see this one, which tells more of the intricate details of the families, the other people that may be close to the enterprise but are not working it, their perspective of what's going on. And it's coming from not little kids and not grown men, but that in-between stage where you really think you know what you're doing, but you really don't, but you're getting by, then you're doing good type of age for some young Black men. So I'm trying to make sure I can differentiate certain aspects of the show from all the other drug shows that you've seen before. Well, for one, it's in Detroit. It's not in New York. It's not in California. It's not in Florida. Yes, it's in Detroit, honey. It's so cold in the D. Now, what I ain't seeing is no goddamn snow yet. And I ain't seen the floor length minks and stuff all the way yet. I've seen a couple of them, but in the all weather coats and stuff from back in the day. Now, where is it at? Okay. Well, these brothers, this is not going to be an episode review. This is just going to be a show review, things that I've been thinking about, things that I've been seeing, and just commentary that I would like to give, and I would like for you to join in. Let me get my telephone line up on real quick, just in case y'all want to call in. And you don't want to come online. Hold on. You might want to call in. Call in. Look, I got a headache already. Shit. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'm trying to find the icon for this. Because I have not used it in so long. Child, what's good? Let's see if we're going to be able to even mess with this. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, you know how icons change sometimes when you don't have your mind set for it. Oh, no. I don't know what that's about. Okay. So we're there. Okay. So if you want to call in at any time, you can. Okay, so let's talk about it. So we're in the cold ass D of Detroit, okay? We're in the D with this show, okay, honey? And this is what they're trying to show us is that that I came from nothing and I want to be a drug dealer type of show. Y'all, can we ever get one where folks that came from like people who was able to not just get by, but that was living well? And then they did this. I mean, I'm sure there's stories of that. You know what I mean? I mean, we ain't got to have another drug story, but if we do, let's get it from that perspective, okay? All right. The family is, is his name Charles Clarence, the daddy, who works at the, at least he ain't working at a steel mill, I guess, but he working at the local Cadillac plant and somewhere else. The mama who I like child, she can't barely act. I'm not even checking for her name, the mama, and their three kids. The oldest one, Demetrius, the youngest one, Terry, the youngest boy, and then the youngest child overall is Nicole. But girl, what my problem is that they keep acting like these motherfuckers it was broke. Okay? Like they were living bad and broke. I'm sorry, y'all, but am I wrong in my perspective that you had an able-bodied daddy, right? Able-bodied daddy working at a plant. Now, I was alive in the 80s. I was alive in the 90s. And baby, plant jobs was where you wanted to be, especially with overtime. And we keep hearing the daddy talking about how he been working overtime. So I'm trying to understand how if you working at the plant and you can get overtime, then you working somewhere else on the side, and then the mama working at Wendy's. Somebody tell me, uh, somebody tell me how y'all was broke and sharing milk in one of the episodes. Do y'all know what sharing milk is? That means I pour up my bowl and my milk. I eat all my cereal up, and then you come back and pour my milk in your bowl. Baby, I don't understand how a whole grown ass man living in there with two jobs got anybody sharing milk. You see how this stuff don't make no sense? Like, that's one thing that is getting me about the show. Now, see, Skip it says, but they did come from a working class household, which is something we don't normally get from these stories. Right, but they kept saying they're working class, but they were so downtrodden and broke and destitute. I want to get out this lifestyle. No, what they want to do is they didn't want to work. They didn't want to hold decent, law-abiding, upstanding citizen jobs because baby, ain't nothing gonna tell me. Now, I did see a interview with the real B Mickey or Mickey B or whatever, the dude who killed the dude that wasn't supposed to get killed. The other little street gang and drug syndicates boss. Timo something child. I can't keep up with all this. But the one that got killed and Demetrius was pissed because his homeboy killed him. That nigga who killed him, they did an interview with him on YouTube, and he was saying how he came from a two-parent household, everybody working, but the Flannerys were still broke down and downtrodden. And I was just like, I just don't get this. Cause how y'all broke down and downtrodden, daddy in the house with 2 jobs, mama got a job. And although the boys, I don't know why they didn't make the boys get no job. I see that you might not have money to repair your house, but I just don't understand. They ain't showed us that the daddy was on no drugs, that the daddy had 2 or 4 or 5 kids down the street. What is going on? Can somebody in the comment section please explain it to me? What is really going on? Yeah. So in my head, it cannot no way Terry nor Demetrius tell me that they were so broke, downtrodden, and poor that they was called to a life of the streets. No, y'all didn't want to work and y'all was greedy. And you wanted to get it quick, the flash and the bull crap quick. That was your thing. Cause I was just sitting here thinking, like, what in the world, how in the world was y'all sharing milk and on food stamps with a whole man in the house and they were married? So then somebody pulled what am I gonna say, pointed this out to me that somebody being Gabor today. He was like, this is lazy writing. And I was like, yeah, that's what it gotta be. Because remember yet last episode 4, when he was in the store with food stamps. Listen, girl, I done been on food stamps a couple times in my life, and I know for a fact that if they find out that you live with a man, you ain't getting no food stamps really. Now I don't know about inner city and all that stuff like that, but the general thing is if you living with a man and he got a job, what you coming up in our face for? The general rule is you married. How y'all and he working at the plant? Now he might have been somebody working at the plant. You know them ones who be on the job bank. What was he one? He might have been one of them ones in the job bank. That's the folks that be on a list, a job pool list, like in the pool. And if there's some kind of like issue, maybe somebody go on FMLA, short-term disability, or something like that, then they call in folks off of that. I don't know, but I'm trying to understand how you a man with children and a wife, and y'all sitting up on food stamps, the house falling down around you, and living in destitution. Let your kids tell it. And you got the nerve to be running your mouth like they showing the daddy do. Running your gib like that. I don't know. That's just weird to me. I'm just not getting I don't understand it. I don't understand. If you in the chat and you can explain how they were supposed to be so poor with the daddy up in there with 2 whole jobs and the mama working at Wendy's. And they was on food stamps and sharing milk, girl. Mm-mm. So I don't believe it. So now they some little old come up kids, okay? And they like then got caught up with the local drug dealer. Not caught up, they wanted to. The older brother, the yellow one, got into the with the local drug dealer named Pat. Pat, little old school, not even from Detroit, from New York, you know what I'm saying? All up in Detroit, dealing drugs and stuff like that, right? And like I said, the boys was caught up in the flash and the so looking like easy money or quick money or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the lifestyle that they were like, you know what? Pat, hook us up. We want to buy into a package and start selling for you. So that's what they did. And they would start calling themselves 50 Boys when they decided that they were going to, and 50 Boys was their crew name before BMF. So 50 Boys was established when they decided that you couldn't get no kind of crack from them, no bag, no, none at all without spending $50. So everything you got from anytime you went and got a sack from them is $50. So they call themselves the 50 Boys. And their crew is the 2 brothers right here. Yeah. The family, and then, hey Bird Choice, hey Skip It. The brothers were, or excuse me. The crew was Meech, Terry, Kato, uh B Mickey, and the big dude. What is his name? I don't forgot what the big dude's name is. Somebody tell me what the big dude's name is. So that's pretty much the crew, and then some little low soldiers in the crew too, that ran corners and stuff for them. So they had them a little crew, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, just some old little teenage kids, some little under 18. Meech might have been 18, but I don't think Terry was, because they keep saying Terry was in school. Meech then dropped out of high school and went for the streets. He lived for the streets. And then Terry was a couple years behind him and was still in school. He was considered to be the smart one, and the one that the mom and dad said, okay, we done messed up with Meech. We want to make sure Terry goes right. But my thing is, how you want to make sure Terry go right, but Terry ain't at home? We don't never see Terry at home studying or doing anything. We barely even seen Terry in school. Like, how he gonna be 16, 17, 18, and you don't know he ain't home at night studying? You don't know where he's at. And up until the house went into foreclosure, the mama wasn't even working at Wendy's. And so how you don't know that he ain't with the brother? Girl, bye. Okay. So they out there with their little crew and stuff like that, right? Well, we know that Kato ain't no good. Kato is mixed up some kind of way with Lamar and his crew, the 12th Street kids, or whatever they call it, 12th Street. And Kato's the cutest little thing, the girl Kato. If you look on YouTube and you do BMF real Kato or whatever, you'll see the real Kato. And her name is not Kato, they call her Lady. Yeah. And she tells like the real, like, the real story, because honestly, I really don't think that what we're seeing on TV is like actual and factual, like in the, like, maybe 10%, maybe, because who's going to implement themselves in murders? You know what I'm saying? And the way that these folks blew up and did all this, drug work and stuff like that, you think ain't gonna be no murders? Who's gonna implement themselves in kidnappings and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like some of this stuff is good TV, even, and that it probably was worse, more interesting, more exciting in person, but still, what we're seeing is more TV. I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think? So Skipper says, Mama was turning a blind eye even when she walked in on their conversation about, the drugs and the lifestyle they were doing. So I guess I just don't be understanding mamas like that. I've heard of them before. I've seen them before. That just be like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't control them because they're 17. I can't control them because they're 20. I'm like, child, you crazy as hell. It'd be just like that daddy said, get the hell out of you don't want to listen to what I'm saying. But the thing about it is, the mama, you done mismanaged the money that the dad was giving you whenever he was working and bringing the stuff in. And they didn't give us no idea that he was like a seasonal worker, or like, I don't know. They needed to have done a better job with what their homework was for me. Now, everybody who's coming, thank y'all for me and joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Now, uh, what tripped me out was the mama. Okay. Okay. So we established they supposed to be poor, even though it don't make any sense. And that they started selling the drugs and stuff like that. Well, Kato done got herself mixed up, which is part of that 50 Boys crew. She's a girl, the only girl, I think. Um, then got herself mixed up with Lamar. And Lamar, let me show y'all Lamar. In the middle. Lamar is some crazy dude that used to run a street gang back in the day, but he went to jail. And they was all like, okay. Lamar ass went to jail, like 2 or 3 years prior, and he used to run in the streets and be a low grade player or whatever. So when he come out, all he know how to do is go back to the streets, go back to selling and doing that mess. But Lamar is crazy at this point. And when I say crazy, I mean he's angry. He's easily upset. He's a trip. You know what I'm saying? He don't mind killing or maiming and jacking up folks and stuff. Just Lord, Lamar's a trip. So Lamar then had the actual leader of 12th Street killed. To me, well, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Once the leader of 12th Street died, he just usurped the position and rolled up in there, right? Yes, this was a great episode. And so he just rolled in the position and he's ruling with the armed fist. Well, Lamar don't like Meech in them. Well, he don't like Meech because while Lamar was in the jail, Meech was laid up with his girl. Okay. But I don't think they really knew each other before like that. It wasn't like no friends and I done went to jail and now you landed with my girl. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just so happenstance you landed with my girl and you the new nigga on the street with the dope. So I ain't finna come work for you or with you. We gonna butt heads on this girl. We're gonna butt heads on these drugs. You know what I'm saying? So that's what their relationship is. Okay, so what tripped me out is how an old head like Pat gonna let some little punk niggas get in on their business just straight out. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess he did take them under his wing. What is that about though? How do you take somebody under your wing to sell drugs? That's just crazy to me. As an old head of the neighborhood, just like I've seen different other stories in movies and stuff where people then took kids under their wings to be prostitutes or run brothels or be a thief. I'm just like, how do you take children under your wings and show them that type of lifestyle, those type of, you know, undignified lifestyles? I don't know. So my thing is this. Huh, first couple episodes, we find out that Pat be smoking up his own crack, sniffing it. I think no, he was on the pipe, smoking the damn crack. Pat, the main man on the street. What the fuck? Then wanted to get mad when the little youngster looked at him and was like, "Yo, like I know this ain't it. This ain't the move right here." So I don't know if I can just follow you that like that no more. You know what I'm saying? And then Pat was also trying to play daddy to them and just give Meech and Terry some tiddlywinks because he's smoking up a portion of his supply and then just not getting enough to spread it as wide as he'd like. So he'd been, chinksing it out to everybody. So that pisses off Meech. And over the last couple episodes, he like literally is like, "Hey Pat, I'm about to let you go because Square Biz." Hold on, let's see what they talking about. Yeah, Pat was slipping. Square Biz, like Pat, like you ain't even doing how you taught me. You know what I'm saying? And I can see this going all bad. So they started looking for another connect. But thing about it, Pat is like, "Nigga, please, I'm like your daddy, okay? I done already put y'all on, I done did for y'all, I done looked after y'all and stuff like that. You mean to tell me you gonna leave me?" And honey, he done jacked them up, punched up Meech all in the stomach. The way he punched him in the stomach, wasn't that weird? I don't know. Punched him up, went and kidnapped him and jacked him up when Pat's I guess like right hand man had approached Meech and them to get another connect, right? And when he found out that they was gonna be wait, so the right hand man had came up to Meech and it was like, "Hey, y'all, you see how he doing this like that? Y'all need to get if you want to, I know somebody who y'all can get with to be another connect. I'm gonna need my cut in it, but you got another connect. You know what I'm saying?" So they was gonna go for it, but Pat started sniffing around, and before old boy could get back to Pat and tell Pat about it, if he was even gonna tell Pat about it, Pat then already got mad. So Pat then snatched the boys off the street, roll up on them like, yeah, I heard you was trying to look for another connect. I heard y'all was finna try to leave me or whatever. And oh boy, the right hand man for Pat in the back looking like, yeah, nigga, yeah, y'all. But I don't understand it. Did y'all understand that? Did y'all understand what was going on with Pat and the other homeboy? Like, so basically he was saying, okay, you didn't come tell me that these niggas was looking for another connect, so I'm gonna kill you because I had to find it out myself. Somebody explain that to me. Let me drop this. Maybe y'all can call the number and call in. Like, I get it, but I can't explain it. Is the problem? Okay. So okay. So now after he kills the right hand man and make them bury him and stuff like that, he on the lookout for another way to do Meech and them because Meech is he gung ho about, man, nigga, I'm gone. Hold on, let me get back to Meech and them. When I talk about people, I'll show that picture. I don't have one to pat just yet. Meech like, dog, I'm out of here, cuz like you acting a fool, you smoking, you over here uh shorting me and all kinds of stuff. I'm gone, baby. Pat, oh stank dirty butt. I could not believe when Pat went to Detective Brian and tried to overpay him so he could turn his back on Demetrius. So he was gonna let Pat was gonna let Meech keep paying his money. A little kid in the game, you know what I'm saying? Jealousy and envy and hate is a monster, honey. Gonna let the little kid in the game keep paying this detective, and then he was gonna pay him to screw him. I said, dog. I was feeling so good when Detective Bryant didn't take Pat's offer. Now, y'all tell me this. What y'all think? You think Detective Bryant would have took it had he not been under the current scrutiny that he's in right now? Because we're going to talk about him in a minute. Do y'all think, put a one in the chat, if you think Detective Bryant would have took Pat's money had he not been under the current scrutiny that he is in right now? Because he's in hot shit right now. I'm gonna tell you, put a one in there if you think. Wait, put a one in the chat if you think he would have taken the money if he wasn't under the current scrutiny. That's my answer. I think for damn sure that Brian would have took that money. See, I think now he's trying to get a conscience and some damn, some wisdom and some vision and shit. I feel like because I don't think that I don't think that he's just so uh tied in. Thank you, L. Edwards. So tied in to Meech and them that it was some kind of moral code. He ain't got no moral code no way because he up there doing the stuff that he doing with the badge on. It's crazy because Pat and the detective are brothers in real life. Yeah, they are. And you mean to tell me, that the reason why I say I feel like it's the current scrutiny is because Meech then showed up to his house. That's all out of code, okay? And the man dropped off Tumo or Timo or them off and said, look, I'm gonna let you rough them up and fuck them up and get whatever you need out of them. Just don't kill them. And now Meech, it don't matter if Meech killed him or not. Meech got Detective Bryant caught up in a potential murder case because the last time they saw Timo alive was with Detective Bryant. Or they have a witness that could testify to that, or they did. We'll talk about it in a minute if I remember. So I feel like the only reason, because that's reason right there for him to be pissed with Meech and do Meech. But I feel like the only reason why he was like, man, I didn't already did all this other dirt. I gotta sweep this other dirt up before I get into another layer of dirt. So he ain't getting no kudos for me, that Detective Bryant, for not taking that money from Pat. Because I know why you did it. And the reason why you did it is because you tired of living this life right now. Because this living this life you've been living might be about to get you life, okay? 30 to life, okay? So he ain't getting no kudos for me. So let's talk about Detective Brian. Detective Brian is a dirty cop that was taking kickbacks from the local drug dealers to, rough up people, bring in CIs, intimidate CIs, confidential informants, all the other stuff that dirty cops do. That's what he doing, right? That's what he doing, right? So in the midst of what I was in the midst of him being dirty, him copping kickbacks from people and shit like that. Now, one of the people he went and scooped up so that Meech could holler at him. You know how what with me, well, I need to holler at you, bro. Jack him up. He then came up dead, body found in the river, and now they got a case, a murder case. And during the murder case, they get a witness who was just so strange. Mr. May is his name. That says, he describing the goddamn paint thickness on the damn car that he saw the boy get snatched up in. He doing all that. He know all this stuff. He real precise about what he saw. But he never says that when they gave him a lineup, this is Mr. May, the witness to Detective Brian snatching up Timo. He doesn't cop to the people who was in the lineup as somebody that he's seen. Remember? He didn't say that. But when he walked out that damn room, he remembered. He remembered the shadow, the side by side, the whatever of Detective Bryant, and it spooked Detective Bryant. Spooked the hell out of him. So he had Meech go snatch old boy and witness intimidate, tell him to get the hell up out of town. And I was just like, no, you can't. I was gonna say he couldn't get no low level foot soldier to do that, but no, because see, when you mess with low level and then it's time to go to jail, they have less stake in the fight. Yes. So now, with all that being said about Detective Bryant, he got a partner or somebody else in his crew named Detective Perez or whatever, and he has picked up that something is going on because Bryant is constantly letting Meech off. He's constantly looking the other eye when it's some stuff that's going on with Meech or somebody in Meech's crew. So that sparked his Karen. That sparked Detective Perez's Karen Perez, okay? So he starts snooping, trying to see what he can find, trying to see what's going on, and it ran up on Bryant at a gas station, giving the money that Meech had paid him to do dirt, giving it back. And Perez is like, oh my gosh. Even I forgot how Bryant knew he needed to go search his car from that night that he picked Timo up. But he had to go search his car and he found that damn earring. Oh, I guess because he was found without an earring and everybody in the street knew that he wore a bunch of earrings on or something like that. So they had to mess around. He had to go out in the car that he had that night and luckily found the earring. But guess what? Not only did he think he was out there by himself, he wasn't. Perez then walked in looking like, why are you going through the car? So see, this is giving all Perez reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's suspicion about what, something's going on with the partner. So at this point, I'm really forecasting that Perez is going to, I think he's going to pop Bryant. Yeah. What do y'all think? I'm gonna give you a couple seconds. Let me go give me some juice real quick. Give me a couple seconds. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to go get me something to drink real quick. Ooh, that juice is good. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see what y'all said. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go get me something to drink. Give me some of that good cranberry juice. Cranberry juice. The witness, okay. The witness may give an anonymous tip if he lives. Child, Meach, I don't know what Meach told that man. That man was gone. You heard his neighbor say, honey, I think he gone for a while. The last time I seen him, he had boxes, honey. It is getting real intense. And y'all, please remember that it's getting this intense before they even become Black Mafia family, which was, nationwide. It's already this intense. All right, so now, all right, so now remember, Lamar got out of jail, and Lamar funky ass, he fine in the face. Let me put him back up. But the way he acts, the way he look, he like he stink, don't he, y'all? Ugh, he looks like he stink a little bit, don't he? Ooh, that nigga behind him do too on the left. I used to hate in high school when the dude would be fine, but he had a little stank on him. You know, little high school boy be stank. They don't know how to, keep clean and stuff. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know who the hell Glenn Plummer is. Mm-mm. Hold on, get my text messages. All right. Yeah. So, like, I'm coming home and I'm gonna start my life over exactly the way I had it before, the exact way I've been thinking about it while I was in jail. And just Bogarden with his ex-girlfriend Monique, that is now kicking it with Meech, who in real life is Cash Doll. Well, Monique is a court reporter or some shit down there. You know, the people who do the no, a paralegal. That's she is. She's a paralegal. Y'all had a little daughter, her 10 to 12-year-old daughter named Zoe, who he swears to God is his child, but the girl done told him over and over it ain't none of his baby. He just, when you're in jail, what you got to think about? Getting out, and who gonna love you, and who you gonna love when you get out, right? Right. I don't. Now, so he didn't make basically he didn't have Bogart and the girl. He wanted to be the little girl's daddy so bad. He wanted to be with the girl. He wanted to have a family. So she didn't just gave in. I'm talking about the mama, and he just feel like he didn't did it. He didn't Bogarted his way into the 12th Street Boys in the gang, or in the crime the drug syndicate after their leader got killed. And now he done Bogart his way back into this lady life with her baby. Ain't that some mess? Little old nigga. You see how little he is? Please. So that's Lamar. Now, let's get over here to and that's the mama. That's the girlfriend that he with now with the girl. I forgot all about my damn pictures I done had. That's the Detective Brian is black, and Detective Perez is in the back. and he's Hispanic. Now, let's go over here to the baby boy right here. This is B Mickey. This is basically outside of his brother. What's not Lamar? This is Lamar. Hold on. This dude in the middle is Lamar. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. All right. So listen. So dude with the high top is B Mickey, right? Baby, he got a little high head on him. Okay. Oh, they're talking to you. Okay. He got a little high head on him, right? Now, your boss done told you he wasn't trying to kill this nigga. But see, Timo, who was the first 12th Street leader, Timo, he was rumored to have killed one of their friends, right? Wait, not that I'm mixing up Raising Canaan and them. Hold up. He was rumored to have shot Terry in his eye because Terry had got ran up on by Lamar. It was actually Lamar who did it. And then Lamar put out the damn word that it was the other gang dude who had done it. So that's why Michi wanted to holler at him because it was like, hey, nigga, I want to see if you just shot my brother in his eye. Well, this Negro here, B. Mickey, that effed around and got high-headed and shot the damn Timo. And Timo didn't even do it. They find out later. Timo didn't even do the stuff, didn't even shoot Terry. And so now Meech in the hot seat with the damn detective because everybody saw the detective jack up the man. You know what I'm saying? Or if they could trace it back to him. So this dude right here been on my nerves ever since he shot Timo. And then when he started screwing Kato, the girl in the group, I was like, I don't know, dog. And trying to vouch for her, like she would never do nothing crazy and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm still looking at B Mickey now. I watched his interview in real life. The real B Mickey, and he seemed like he more calm, cool, and collected. Like he got more, a little bit more put together than this little Negro right here. But we'll see. Maybe he is because he's older now. I don't know. All right. So now, um, shoot, where am I going next? Terry. Terry got shot in his eye, and Terry got shot in his eye. And when he got shot in the eye, what had happened was, hold on, let me get this off my thing. Okay, when Terry got shot in the eye, he went to the hospital and they performed some surgery, something. Then they did a second one on him. And in the midst of, after they, did the second one on him and stuff like that, he found out that some mess was going on with his brother. He wanted to get out in the street and go find his brother. He didn't want his brother in the street bad and without him. Well, because he's still under medication and woo, he didn't fail. He didn't fail, and then they had to, get him back, into stable condition and this, that, and the other, right? I thought they actually took him all the way home. I don't remember him falling, but anyway. So his ass. So after a while, they see that his eye is messed up. His eye is like noticeably messed up to this day. If you go look at pictures of him on the net, and so they want to sue him, and they go get their pastor's niece, who's a lawyer, to go. Now I don't know if y'all thought the lady was a good lawyer or not. What y'all think? From what y'all heard, did you think the lady was a good lawyer? Well, the lawyer is able to get from the hospital $25,000 for his vision being messed up and his eye being halfway out his socket and cocked to the side after they got done with him, and they basically was like, "We're gonna give you 25,000 because we got these pictures." Because I'm thinking now, this girl ain't no good lawyer because you should have had, but he probably wouldn't have listened anyway. You know that this big ass hospital got insurance people out there that's gonna watch your ass and take pictures. You mean to tell me you didn't let them go take pictures, find you out here living the life? That was crazy as hell. So Skip is saying, okay, L. Edwards says she thinks she did what she could. Nope, she's not a good one. Well, she didn't even I didn't even tell her that they need to lay low because come to find out they didn't got all their insurance people to go take pictures and follow them around. Come to find out they done figured out that them niggas sell drugs. See them outside getting shit out the car, out of Benzes and stuff. They tell them this car right here costs $30-something. I was like, damn, Benzes cost $30-something in the late '80s. Okay, and and all of this, so don't look like you might have suffered the injury to your eye getting worse when you fell and when you left against not American against medical advice. And then besides that, what you need our money for, nigga? You riding around in cars, and looking like a drug dealer. You ought to come back to us so we can fix your eye permanently. So that goes all into a big family thing. Now remember the daddy, right? Working, mama working, they still behind, and yada yada yada, mortgage, this and the other, they behind the mortgage. Well, Meech offers, he didn't got kicked out the house because him and his daddy is at odds about the stuff he do. Well, Meech offers to pay the mortgage. The daddy say no. But when Meech go ahead and do it, he didn't just go pay the back mortgage. He wouldn't pay the house off, from what I understand. Meech paid the house off, and the mom was like grateful, but just like, we didn't want you to do that. And the dad got pissed off and he left. So I was in somebody else's chat the other day when they were doing, or this morning when they were doing doing a review. And somebody was like, "Do you think his daddy is jealous of them?" And I'm like, hell to the fuck no, jealous of them. I don't think the daddy is jealous of them. I think the daddy is like, you niggas is not turning out the way that I wanted y'all to turn out. And I told you that we'll figure out a way on the house, and you went against me and you did what you wanted to do. And now your mama ain't even on my side no more. She willing to take the money too. So where I don't like the daddy, and I think the daddy is one of them old brute force type daddies like James Evans and them. Y'all know I don't like the daddy off of Good Times. You know what I'm saying? Because all he was doing was walking around in between jobs talking about how he want to beat somebody all the time. He always angry. Just I don't like that trope. I'm sick of that trope for black men, black fathers. If they in the life, they got to be all toxic, ignorant, and stupid and shit all the time, right? Now, I mean, I'm not saying that ain't the case in some instances, but I don't want to see that every time we playing a black daddy on TV. Sup, Polo? Mm-hmm. But once again, that's the life he was living. It has consequences. Yep. They didn't want them problems. So that's the other thing. So Gabor says that Michi then went and put all that money down on the house in his own name. Like in his name, so he can get caught up because they're gonna be wondering, how the hell y'all get this money? You, your mama, your daddy, anybody, where y'all get this type of money to pay off a damn mortgage? Okay. And that mortgage wasn't like it had 5 years left on there. Something, they wasn't no old people. These are teenage kids that they're raising. Child, I was like, that's something to think about. That's something to think about. I think that was a little mad the boys are doing what he isn't able to. I didn't get that from him. I got it. They told you no, and now he's hella mad. Because I don't think the dad even thinks anything. I don't know. Because for him to not, I'm trying to consider what you're saying. For him to be through with them about them being able to do what he wasn't able to, that doesn't mean that he would want to do it the way they're doing it. He just can't do it. I don't know, girl. I don't know. So, but that's on the table. Okay, so now the daddy left the mama in the house working at Wendy. She was picking up shifts at Wendy. Okay, and you done left talking about because you're gonna let Meech be run the house and be the man in the house. Well, I'm gone. Now that $25,000 on the table, and they all like, "Ooh, that's a lot of money," because maybe in the late '80s it is. And to them it probably was. Ooh, $25,000, and everybody mouth on the $25,000. Ain't that how it be? The daddy mouth on $25,000. The injured person mouth is on $25,000. The mama's mouth is on $25,000, and the baby mama's mouth is on the $25,000. Child, I said, baby, everybody mouth on this. And I'm trying to understand how everybody who got a mouth on it, I know they thinking how they could use it. And the daddy was like, we could send him to school for that. But see, what tripped me out is the daddy. How are you gonna be trying to come back to stay now that it's $25,000 on the possible table? On the table, possibly. Like what? So the mama and Terry is like, $25,000 ain't enough. Y'all done messed my up, got me out here looking bunk, got me out here getting clowned by niggas and stuff. I need some more money. And honestly, y'all, I would have had to need some more money too. And I would have went balls to the wall to get my money too, especially if I have that type of drug money coming in, um, to get me a good lawyer to work it out for me. You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all feel about the daddy? So that now he ready to come back home. Like now he could possibly, scoot through the house a couple times a week. You know what I'm saying? Now that they talking about $25,000 on the table. What y'all think about that mess? And why we don't never see the daddy going to work? Just like we don't never see Terry going to school. We don't never see the daddy nor the mama going to work. My gosh. Anyway, uh okay, I'm trying to think who else I need to talk about. All right, I want to talk about the actor that plays Meech. He's actually the son of the actual Big Meech, okay? So the Big Meech actual like founder of BMF, who's now in prison right now, his son is playing him. I feel like he's doing a good job. I feel like he's doing a good job in the acting, in the working on your talent, in the portrayal. I also think he's a cutie patootie. Okay. And I think his daddy is gonna be like so joyful when he finally sees this because he did a good thing. He's done so good. And y'all, Meech is actually my favorite character. And it's not that because I think he's cute, because I think Lamar is cute, and I think Terry is cute as well. You know what I'm saying? But the Meech character, just really the compassion, the love, the way he thinks through stuff. They counted him out as being the thought provoked one, but to me, Meech works much more effectively the first time. And whereas I feel like Terry is a little bit too gung ho. He's just too ready to wild out or to just go work through something. He's too hasty. But it's not that I don't like Terry. It's just I really like Meech. No, this is on Stars. Hey, Jennifer. That's hilarious. She tried to slide back in with the we, or he did. Yeah. Talking about we. Terry should have laid low until the settlement. That wouldn't have went down with my mama. She would have been like, nigga, why are you here? Take your butt back to the hospital and chill. Exactly. So, can we get on to Kato real quick? Y'all, do y'all know how Kato is mixed up with Lamar, y'all? Somebody put it in the chat. How is Kato mixed up with Lamar? And if you're trying to call in and it's not working, please let me know so I can do something else. How is Kato mixed in with Lamar, y'all? I can't even, I can't recall. I don't know. Well, honey, that whole thing where she told them where the stash was, she told Lamar where Meech and them stash was, and then sat up there acted all like she didn't know how the stash got snatched and where it went. Had the big dude Hook or whatever his name is go over to the stash house and F around and got shot, and then she had to jump in and shoot somebody, which was Slim. Now the character Slim is Lamar's right hand man. And he just kind of like fell in line with Lamar when Lamar proclaimed himself as the new boss. I don't like that. I'm like, Slim, you done been here like through it, and so you just gonna let this nigga tell you that he your new boss? Okay. Well, Slim got tagged in that arm, or not that arm, in that leg. Which what's her name? What is her name? Kato had to do because she had to make it still look like she was helping Meech's crew over Lamar's, but I feel like she has more endearing uh compassion for Meech's. Yeah, that's the girl. Kato's the girl. I think Kato dad and Lamar used to run the streets together. That's why he didn't kill her the first time she shot at him. Oh, okay. Because he did say something, if it wasn't for your dad, something. Okay. Yeah. So Kato is in a bad spot. She's having to be a snitch to Lamar on Meech and them. And although we know the real Kato is still alive, I hope that I hope they don't kill her in this TV show. I do really like her, but I'm really interested in seeing how Meech is going to handle her once he knows that she's the op. Okay, no comment. Okay. Sorry, I had to come back. You know, I'll take a little nap and come back. Sorry, y'all. So let's get to this episode. So in this episode, it was quite the good episode. I just want to jump right to the bullshit that Meech did. It really hurt my heart that Meech would play with that girl's daughter like that, with Monique's daughter like that. Monique Zoe, Monique and Zoe like that. Like, okay, so the nigga stole your money in your stash, got it. Shot your boy where he lived, got it. But now you want to incorporate somebody else's kid that is not yours, that does not know the game plan, into some shit that anybody can start shooting at any time. I thought that was piss poor. I was not for it. I was upset. I was like noticeably upset with Meech. I really felt as though Meech had went way too low with that. Mess with that girl's child, going to pick her up. And then the thing about it, can we talk about the child? Child. Did I say that your uncle was gonna pick you up? No. So why are you in the car? Okay. And then what tripped me out even more is when she was in the car and she was kind of like, okay, we ain't doing nothing fun or nothing that you're saying, I'm just a little bored. He was just like, yeah, we're going to stay a couple more hours. I'm going to get you some ice cream. I was like, straight kidnapping charge. Then dumped the girl off on, sorry, y'all. Okay. So you mean to tell me that you just gonna keep riding around somebody's car, kid in your car, and you could tell the girl is visibly nervous, visibly like upset a little bit about The fact that she hadn't seen her mom all day. I thought that was crazy. Hello? Are y'all there? I thought that was super crazy. I was like, how was that supposed to be like for a moment in your head the best plan? But it worked out because although Lamar employed all his, his street gang and stuff like that, he, he just wouldn't have. Oh Lord, it's a part of the game. He's becoming soulless. Oh no. Um. So what tripped me out is how you gonna roll up on somebody's kid just all of a sudden? She's like, "Oh, Uncle, me, it's just that and the other," and you looking around, but y'all walking all slow, knowing that anybody could peel your scalp back behind that little girl if you know. And then another thing is, how did you even know that he was going to be picking up the kid? What's that about? How do you even know that it was his day and that the girl had said, "Oh yeah, you can go pick up the kid"? Yeah, that was weird to me. That was weird. That was what is it called? That lazy writing and stuff like that. And then because not only did you come and get the girl before me, you had somebody way behind with a letter. What? Miss Shanze. That was messed up, but Meech had to show Lamar he wasn't the one. I was not expecting that move from him. Checkmate. I don't know, girl. I guess if I'm just looked at it as a TV, I'll be getting all serious and stuff about it. But the thing about it is, you went and did that, and you made the play, and the nigga had just told his people that he don't give a damn about. He ain't finna give up the stash or the money. You know what I'm saying? So he started off like he was all about Zoe, but somewhere in the middle it started getting a little mixed up. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me that money and stash is worth more than your so-called daughter? I don't know. I just thought that was crazy on Lamar's part. Hello. So Cash Doll, or not Cash Doll, Monique finds out that Misha kidnapped the baby, and she's all upset. When she finally gets the baby back after Meech and Terry and B Wizzy or B Mickey then tortured Slim and told Slim that it's better to tell um to tell that it's ooh child. I'm sorry, I'm getting sleepy now, y'all. It's easy to tell that girl, I don't even know. Let me see what y'all saying. It's another man in the house. He is hardened. Um, I just couldn't believe the girl was riding around like that. I could not believe the girl was riding around like that. And and that he was sitting there just watching her be like, I kind of want to go home, and then I was just like, man, take that girl home. Like, oh, child, you gotta teach your children, y'all. I know this is a show, but it just made me realize that and because it's the truth, it is a lot of kids that would do exactly what that little girl was doing. What you think? What's something else that happened in this last episode? So yeah, um, trying to think. Well, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm been taking to going to bed earlier this week or last week, and I'm getting sleepy now. Thank y'all for coming in and listening to me with this video. And I'm so sorry to taper off like this, but I am exhausted. I just took my medicine too, and it makes me a little sleepy. So I'm sorry. I'll try not to do that again so that I don't have to abruptly get off. Yeah, stop ringing around and have your kids call me an uncle. I know that's right. And stop playing with these niggas that is crazy like this. Like I would never talk. I would never talk to Meech or that other nigga Lamar ever in my life. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Then did y'all see the way that was it Meech or was it Terry and them? When Terry jumped out and got all them, no, it was Meech and Terry and jumped out on Slim and them and snuck Slim from his crew. I was like, dog, what you supposed to do in that case? I didn't even know it was Slim who had did the stash house thing and got shot into that moment. How about y'all? Yeah, I was just like, ooh, looking at them, looking looking at them like jump out the car on somebody, like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So, okay, what else? The other thing, because I think I done talked about everything on this thing. Yeah, we done talked about that daggone Pat and his funky self. I couldn't believe Pat tried to go to that damn and listen, y'all. It's not beyond me to think that it's not beyond Pat for him to take some of that money he got right there and uh maybe try to get at the other detective. What y'all think? Oh yeah. God choked out, God tortured, kidnapping the girl, lawyer scene, pretty much it. Okay, yes, yes. Oh, I did want to talk about good. I'm gonna be talking about them more. I did want to talk about this dude here again one more time. One more time. We want to talk about him real quick. Lamar. Now, I thought it was this whole conversation right here in this yard was stupid in the backyard, okay? Because Lamar sitting here talking about we giddy up everybody round up, we going mount up, we going to get my daughter, find my daughter. Y'all figure out where the hell these niggas are at and where they live. I'm like, what you mean? So you mean somebody got a whole like opposing drug enterprise and you don't know where they live at? Then he asked, "Oh, girl, I know you know where that nigga live at." She's like, "No, I don't. He live with his mama in there. I don't know nothing about that." So, see, Meech doing that bullshit that he doing, he gonna mess around and get Terry, Terry's girlfriend and baby shot up, and they house shot up. His mom and them house shot up. His own, his Meech's house that he got shot up. The stuff, and whoever else is fooling around with Meech and them shot up. Talking about he got some. He didn't hired some henchmen to stay up at everybody's door. And Tara was right. What you mean for how long? To me, I feel like the whole kidnapping thing was just bunk and it was not well thought out. And so in this yard picture right here, you know, Lamar around talking about everybody can come in, everybody come in. Them niggas got my baby. And since they got my baby, we going to war. Anything goes. You know what I'm saying? And I was like sitting up there like, oh Lord, what's going on? But I found out that the crew that said like anything goes like that, so like that they older and they don't be I don't know. What the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, so he told them to mount up. Well, this nigga right here on the left on this picture sit up there and said, wait a minute, dog. I thought you just told us last week that we only about business. And you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't even your kid. No, he didn't say that, but you know that's what was on his mind, right? This is not even your child. And you said all we doing is business. So I mean you want us to stop to do a child hunt? And he's like, oh, and then um what was I gonna say? Lamar was like, okay, yeah, yeah, y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to balance and stuff like that? Okay, cool. You know, this ain't about business and stuff like that. But if y'all about business, then go ahead, go ahead. And so the dude walks off in front of him, which so they messed around and the dude tried to walk out and go, you know, with everybody else. And Lamar takes off his belt and chokes the dude almost to kill him. And if you notice, everybody around was like, didn't have, like, they was all bubbly and didn't really say nothing and stuff like that, all like loose, but not really saying nothing. And in the end, they did come together for her as far as being, excuse me, come together as far as Lamar being out of control because he took that belt and choked that nigga all the way out. And I was like, see, you can't just rule by fear alone. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to be very interested in watching the rest of the season, seeing what's going on, because they're going to have to eliminate Lamar. And on the next episodes, you see where it's a whole bunch of guns on Lamar. And when I looked at the other end, not just the gun end, but the other end, I saw a lot of people say shit. I saw a lot of guns turned on Lamar. And so that means some shit then popped off. So I'm thinking, okay, so they got some guns turned on Lamar. They either tired of his rule or he may have killed Slim for letting the girls go and telling where the stash and stuff was at. Yep. So that's the episode. That's the show. I really like it. Please join me weekly on Sunday nights and watching it, and we'll try to catch up to it early in the week, the following week. But hey, it's something that you might enjoy. I know our generation and the one after us really love to go look and be a part of. Woo, y'all! If y'all was in my dream right now, y'all be laughing. All right, I'm gonna tell you this. I gotta go because I'm making a fool of myself. Okay. Thanks for joining me and come back next time. Good night.